Once in a while, you meet somebody who's just extraordinary, who's normally under the radar. I want you to see him tonight. His name is Pastor Arric Wilkerson. He's pastor of a little church at Puritan in Santa Rosa called Up From the World. And here's an interesting thing. Pastor Wilkerson looked down the block from his church, and he saw what a lot of folks in this town saw, dozens of abandoned houses. But unlike a lot of other folks, he didn't go back inside. He said, I can do something about it. So he went down the street, and he started buying houses. And then he came to the land bank, and we were glad to sell him the houses. And he began fixing them up and renting them out to his congregation members at $500 a month so they could afford them. He has now renovated 25 houses. He restored this entire neighborhood. One man in one small church. Imagine if every business and church did this. Please say thank you to Pastor Arric Wilkerson. Pastor, stand up.
He's built a neighborhood and an emerging movement from what was once near shambles.
This house right here was actually for sale, this first one.
This is what Santa Rosa looked like before Pastor Arric Wilkerson got his hands on it. Overgrown, run down, dilapidated. And this is after. Family homes with young people and children.
A neighborhood.
Ken Hill knows the history.
And I've been here and watched it go down to nothing. I watched the houses get burned down. I watched the neighborhood change. I watched the drug dealers come in and try and take over the neighborhood.
He was here when Santa Rosa was good, went bad, and is now good again.
I can see the neighborhood coming back to what it used to be.
Today, 10 years after that first seed was planted to build a neighborhood from one house, there are 25 houses on Santa Rosa and Monica on the city's west side.
Let's look here.
Pastor Wilkerson of Up From the World Ministry has been very deliberate, acquiring these uninhabitable houses from the city on the 2 streets that surround his church. He and his parishioners fix them up.
And they're fully renovated. If you look, you'll see new roofs, new siding, new windows, new everything.
And then he invites members of his congregation to live in these refurbished houses for $500 a month in rent.
Did you take the home in the basement?
Yeah, because
Larry Whitfield, a girl dad with 5 daughters, moved from an $800 a month rental in Oak Park 8 years ago.
We were in a ranch.
Okay.
3 bedroom, 1 bathroom.
Has saved $300 a month ever since in his beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath home.
We're able to put things aside. We're able to save a little bit more. We're able to do more for the family.
And the seeds of this idea are being sown because as we walk down the street,
listened to Dugan last night and heard about what you were doing here.
this exchange
I'd like to be able to do this over in our neighborhood.
Turned into this.
Ray need to do this.
We raised it in the church. We didn't get any governmental funding into that. We just raised it in the church. And then once you get your project going, you take the rental receipts and put it back into the next home.
And then this.
Yeah, take my number, man. You come, I'll let you see one. I'm working on one now currently.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely extraordinary exchange. So I want you to take a look at this because this is one of the last 3 houses the pastor has on his list to fix up in these neighborhoods. Roof is already on it. I said, okay, so when you're done with that, what next? He didn't really have an answer, but I suspect he's got a lot more to do, including spreading more and sowing more of these seeds about the city. Karen?
Love how you caught that seed being planted just this afternoon right in front of our cameras. Amazing story.
Right, it was.
Really. All right. Thank you, Paula. Still ahead.